Welcome to my podcast, Socialite for Consciousness and Instigator of Possibilities. And today we are going to talk about fun. Fun, an interesting topic, at least to me, and probably for a lot of people these days. One thing that's interesting for me that I've really been looking at is, am I truly having fun? And what if everything was fun? I mean, are you truly having fun in your day-to-day life, or are you kind of just getting by and going through and checking off your routine as you go, even in this interesting time that we're having at the moment? So what if everything was fun? I mean, what if every day you made a conscious choice to have joy and fun in your life, no matter what you were doing? And what if everything was fun based on the future that it would create? I mean, how many definitions of fun do we have? Is fun only going to the beach for you? Is fun only, when you're at what we would consider play, like at the park or taking a walk or not working, for example? And is waking up fun for you? I mean, how many of us grumble out of bed and not happy to start our day? I personally am pretty happy in the morning when I wake up and start my day. I do use some awesome tools to remind me that, everything can be fun. And I'll share a few of those with you today. I am a certified facilitator with Access Consciousness. I am also what is called a Joy of Business facilitator. And, incorporating fun into my life and reminding myself that everything can be fun really changes my day, and it really assists me to create. And earlier I was reading, I don't read too much about what's going on in the world right now, only because a lot of it's the same thing over and over. I don't agree with everything. I don't really agree with quarantining healthy people. And that's a whole nother podcast or article or something. But I was reading earlier how us here in New York City are probably not going to have our restrictions lifted anytime soon, or at least not on May 15th or by May 15th, but like a lot of other places. Maybe places in New York, but probably not here in the city. And at first, it's almost a little disheartening. And then I started to ask, well, how can this be more fun? What else can I create? I mean, I've spent a lot of my time creating different things, learning new things, and it has been fun for me. Creating is fun, and I would say in life before this time period, a lot of times we go through our daily routine and we actually forget to create what it is we truly would like to have as our life and see as our life. And even the little things, we think we don't have time for it. And what if now is the time to actually learn to have more joy and more fun in everything that you do? And what would that create? And are you truly having fun? This is one thing that I would suggest that you look at. I mean, I know there have been some moments for me where I get to I don't want to do this. Oh, this is going to take so much time. Oh, it's hard, or maybe go into judgment of myself about it. Then I go, okay, well, how can this be more fun? Is this fun for me? And then I get a yes. And then I'm like, okay, so what is really going on here? And for me, it's that pattern of where we are never really truly taught to have fun in this life and in this world. I mean, when were you ever truly taught to have fun? I mean, personally, for me, growing up, I was never taught to have fun. We were allowed to play and everything, but everything was a difficulty. There was never enough of this. There was never enough of that. There was never enough money. Life was presented to me as difficult, or at least those were the points of view that were projected upon me. And how many of you have had similar points of view projected onto you? How many of you were taught that life is hard, work is hard, and also that it wasn't fun? How many of us have the point of view that work isn't fun? But what if you thought of it as playing? What if your job was fun? What if a new adventure would be fun? What if finding a new job if you don't have a job right now? What if that could be fun? And if you saw it as fun and play, what could that actually create in your life? What change could that have? How much more could you create? Do you look at having money as being fun? Do you look at creating money as being fun? And what if that was more fun? I've been asking a lot of these questions to myself. Again, over the past couple of weeks, I had been reflecting a little bit more. I've taken some classes. I did a really amazing class called Relationships Done Different that I will be facilitating myself come September. And it really reminds us to get in touch not only with everyone around us, but with ourselves as well. And it really reminded me to look at maybe where I wasn't creating as much as I would like. That always looks different. Like I said, I've been creating a lot here in lockdown, adding things that are fun, like podcasting. Podcasting is fun for me. This is a lot of fun for me. I like to talk and share and create change in people's lives. One thing, not to get off this subject, but one thing that I really enjoy and that is fun for me is seeing the change in everyone's lives, listening to this podcast, with classes, with anything you would like to actually choose to have change. But I've actually gotten text messages and comments of people telling me how listening to this podcast has changed things for them. And that is actually very fun for me. That brings a lot of joy to my body. It makes me very happy. And, for me, keeping on creating these podcasts and putting this information out in the world as to, not how to have more fun, but actually take a look at your life and ask yourself, am I really having fun? And how could this be more fun? And how can I have more ease and joy and glory in my life? This is one thing that we say in Access Consciousness, or it is the mantra of Access Consciousness. It is, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And what if you allowed all of your life to come to you with ease, joy, and glory? What if you stopped judging you? And what if everything could be fun? Again, it's awesome. I really like this. Everything can be fun based on the future that it will create. A lot of times we look at bills. Take a look at that. Is paying a bill fun for you? It's not for most of us. But paying bills creates a greater future. We all have bills. So, as an adult, you're going to have bills. And that's just part of living on this planet and being a part of this world. And what if just taking care of them with ease was more fun? And how could it be more fun? Maybe having more money would make paying bills more fun. Interesting thought to ponder. And what could be fun about creating more money? That would be a lot of fun for me. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's always a lot of fun. And, a lot of time money isn't looked at as a positive thing, but it's part of what we use as an exchange in this world. So what if you could look at it as being fun instead of being difficult or hard? How many people think that making money is hard? And for some people it's easy. But for some people, I just know because I've seen a lot of this. A lot of people talk about this. This is a lot of the classes that I have is that, we look at what we're creating with our business and our life around money. And what would you truly like to create in that? What would be fun for you? What would be a fun amount of money to have and to have coming in every year? What's the minimum amount that would be fun? For me, there's no maximum. And what could you do to create it? And how could that be more fun? How could creating a business be more fun? How could your daily tasks be more fun? And what could you add to your life today that would create more fun and joy in your body? And maybe that would be taking a walk. Maybe it would be getting a massage. You could do a self massage now if you're in an area that's still restricted and you cannot get a massage or get some self-care from somewhere. Do it yourself. You can pamper yourself. What else is possible with that? And could that be more fun? Maybe just taking a bath would be fun. Maybe creating a new website would be fun. And if you're not good at that part of creating it, who could you add that could create it for you? And what could that create? And what fun could you have with your body? Again, we just talked a bit about the self-care. There's business. What more fun could you have in your business? How much more fun could you have with your body? For me, I noticed I've been doing a lot of yoga since lockdown. That's what my body was asking for. And now it's been asking for some other changes. And it's wanting to move a lot more. I noticed as I've been creating a lot of things that require sitting. Right now, classes online are in front of the computer, whether I'm taking them or giving them. Creating on the computer, doing social media graphics is mostly on your computer. It's on the phone somewhat as well. So a lot of that requires a lot of sitting. So I've been sitting a lot, and I realized just today, sitting a lot is not always fun for me. And how can I make it more fun? So I was getting up and moving a bit more, which also helped with my creative energy. And if I was getting a little tired, just sitting there looking at the screen, or everything was just starting to run together and the creative juices were getting a little out of whack or just not as focused, getting up and moving, doing a little dance in my body. I danced a little bit. It really made a difference for me as to my energy levels, rather as just keeping sitting there and keeping on doing, that one thing that I'm doing, rather than just taking a moment and going, okay, so it would be a little bit more fun for me if I moved my body and I got up every now and then I can sit again and go back to what I was doing or move on to the next project or whatever it may be. And that's getting more fun for me. Taking walks has been fun for me. Going to the farmer's market. I don't personally like going to the store much, especially these days. And how could that be more fun? So I've made it more fun by actually just going to the farmer's market and ordering online. That's actually more fun for me. So take a look at these things. If something's not fun for you, how could you change it? And ask that question rather than going, a lot of times we have a habit is to just go into that downward spiral of, oh, I don't want to do this, and we stop ourselves and we procrastinate rather than going, okay, well, how could that be more fun? And, I've been putting off doing some deep cleaning for a while because I've been creating on the computer a lot, and I prefer to have somebody do that for me, which isn't really an option right now. So I cleaned the other day and I was like, okay, how could this be more fun? So I just kept asking, and I actually got it done faster than I could have imagined. So, if there's something that you don't want to do, just ask, how could it be more fun? And it's not about having an answer. But when you just ask, you can start to play with the energy, and just asking this question dynamically changes the energy and your ambition to actually take the task on. So every day I've been asking myself this: how can I have more fun today? How can this be more fun? And sometimes, I put off writing a little bit, and I actually really enjoy writing. And, if you guys don't know yet, I do have a book. I'll have more links posted everywhere on this podcast, as there's different pages that you can click on, and you can find links to my other social media, to my book and such like that. But I really enjoy writing, but sometimes that whole process of sitting down and doing it, or maybe I've been doing something else on the computer and I want to get up and move. But when I actually ask that question, I'm like, oh, well, that's actually is fun for me. And I do enjoy doing that. Okay, so now it enables me to actually go, okay, well, I'm going to do that because it is fun for me. And, how many other people's points of views and projections do we have sitting in our head that is keeping us from having fun because we're aware of what's going on with everybody else? But just because other people aren't having fun, other people in your life, other people around you, doesn't mean that you can't. And what if you having that adventure of fun in your life with everything actually rubbed off on them? And what if they started to get more happy and have more joy, more fun by seeing that you had that possibility in your life? What could that change or create? And what adventures could you have every day that could be more fun? And that, again, it could be being at your apartment, watching a dance video, creating a blog, making a fun social media post, whatever it might be. But all of this can be fun. If we stopped looking at things as hard or difficult, what could that change in your life? What could that create, and how much more joy could you have in your body? Such an interesting concept, and it's actually so much fun for me to talk about this. I hope this is a contribution to you all. This is why I do these podcasts, to contribute a different possibility to you and to the world and to the planet. So what fun could you have today? Another amazing tool that I love, a question that we use in Access Consciousness, something that I ask every day, and I've been asking it again every day, but before for a while I was not always asking this question every day, I realized. And one thing about being in quarantine is it's reminded me of this question, and I have begun to use it again in my life every day. And it is, who am I today, and what grand and glorious adventures can I have? So this helps me to get out of my routine and to ask, what will be fun for me to create today, basically. What is going to create a greater future? And how much fun can I have with it? Having an adventure could be fun. If that's fun for you, And maybe what is fun for you could be planning on what you want to do when you're not in quarantine anymore. There's a lot of so many different possibilities that we have available to us. So if you started looking at everything as fun, what could that change for you? How many rules do you have about what fun is? And if you let go of the rules of fun, what could that create and change in your life? What if food was fun? A lot of times we create judgments of our bodies, and we only eat certain things because we want to get a certain result or whatever it may be. But what if you had fun with your food? I was kind of going into this place of, I've had some different things going on with my body, and when I've truly started to listen and to just have a little bit more fun and ask, the food and eating becomes fun. It's become more fun for me. What different relationship and what more fun could you have with your body if you actually looked at what was fun for you around eating? And maybe it's not eating a lot. A lot of times eating becomes an obligation for us because we think we have to have so many meals a day. We have to eat this or that. But what if you actually asked your body what would it be fun for it to eat? And what would create a greater future? And that's another question that I've been asking lately. I mean, you can ask this question of fun with everything in your life, with a lot of these questions. And again, if you didn't have to define what fun was, what would that create for you? So what fun could you have now? What grand and glorious adventures are waiting for you? And, at first asking some of these questions, you may not get an awareness right away. You may not want to have fun. But again, just start to ask. When you actually start to ask these questions and begin your day with, what fun can I have today? What will be fun for me that could create a greater future? How much more fun could this task be? How much more fun could work be? And you could even ask, how can I play today? When we start looking at work as play and joyful, again, that can create a totally different energy for you around your business or your job, whatever it may be. And you can actually get things done so much faster than what you could imagine when you're actually having the fun and the joy of it. And again, another one of my favorite questions, just to recap, is, again, also first thing in the morning, ask, who am I today? And what grand and glorious adventures can I have? And of course, you can ask these at any time during the day. You may not remember to wake up and ask, especially if this is a new concept for you. These are new tools for you. But if you notice yourself not having fun and not being joyful, ask these questions and really, again, have a look at if you're truly having fun. A lot of times we just go, oh, yeah, this is fun. But are you truly having fun? Are you experiencing joy in your body? How many times have we chosen to not do something because we didn't think it was going to be fun? But what if we actually chose to do it? If we asked, well, how much fun could this be? And will this create a greater future? If we actually start to ask and listen to our awareness as to what is also fun for a greater future, what could that change and contribute to your life? So let's have more fun. Let's have more joy. When you're happy, when your body is happy, it actually creates more joy on the planet as well. It contributes to the earth. The earth feels us being happy. It notices us being happy, and it actually helps the planet to increase its longevity, its growth. And what could that change? And, happiness and joy and fun can be contagious. And when you start to get more happy, everybody around you can start to get more happy. And the same thing, this may not be at first. People may get tired of you being so fun and happy. And what if that's okay? What if they can be unhappy and not have fun and you could? And maybe once they see you having more fun and being more happy, they might actually like to choose to have some of that in their lives and for themselves. So then, the more fun that we all have, the more joy that we all have in our body, what greater contribution could that be to the world and to the planet? When our bodies are happy, when we're having fun with them, when we have that joy and that lightness in our life, it can actually also contribute to having what we call a healthier body, or having less dis-ease in our body, less stress in our body. Fun is a very relaxing and joyful energy. And what could that change or create in your life and your living if you chose to have more fun? and just get the energy of that. So what fun can you have today? How would your body like to have fun? How could you have more fun with your job or your business? And what greater contribution can you having fun be to the planet and everyone around you? And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to go have some fun with my body and have an awesome workout. And I look forward to the next podcast. Thank you so much for listening. You can like, share, or follow me on social media. Haley Marie or HaleyMarie.nyc for some of them. And they are going to be connected to this, to my page. And visit my website, HaleyMarie.nyc. And I'll talk to you next time. Ciao for now. Have a grand and glorious day.